The Rules Committee voted to advance the impeachment for a full vote expected today. Do you have the votes to see Mayorkas impeached?
I guess we'll find that out. The first step is passing the rule on the floor. That will happen probably about 1:30 Eastern time today. We'll see how that goes, and obviously that will be indicative of when the impeachment question is brought up either later today or tomorrow.
Right now, Ken Buck has already said that he's a no vote. Steve Scalise will not be at the Capitol today to vote, meaning you have a one-vote margin. Do you think this actually passes? This would be history if this were to pass in the House today.
You know, it's I'm not going to forecast the future. You're right. It is the numbers are tough, but look, this is a terrible situation that the secretary has placed us in. His inability to enforce the law, his inability to perform to his oath, to protect the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We have an invasion going on the southern border of my state, and the secretary seems indifferent. He seems immobile, and that is the inherent problem that we have. On top of that, he seems to be making up immigration law as he goes along, stuff that he has. It's a legislative activity, and he just does it by guidance. He does it by suggestion. This is not the right thing to do. Last spring, when we passed H.R. 2, we had lost, it was reported that there were 80,000 children missing from the Office of Refugee Resettlement, the unaccompanied alien children. Now it's up to over 100,000. The domestic policy advisor in the White House said, we've just got to increase the throughput. We can't keep these kids on in our shelters. We've got to get them up to families that we're not going to vet. We don't know where they're going, so they're going to child labor activities.
President Biden did release a statement on this impeachment yesterday. It reads in part, quote, "This impeachment has no basis in law or fact. The secretary has followed the law and faithfully implemented policies to address the significant and longstanding challenges at our southern border." And I don't think anybody disagrees, Congressman, with what you just said. That NBC News poll that came out Sunday had Joe Biden's approval rating on the southern border at 22%. That's the lowest it's been in more than a century. But if this doesn't pass today, is that an embarrassment for House Republicans?
Well, look, I think people are anxious for us to do something about this dreadful problem that they see going on, playing out of their television screens night after night after night. The person who is responsible for that is the Secretary of Homeland Security. The Committee on Homeland Security did a year-long investigation. They marked up articles of impeachment a week or two ago. They did their work. Now it's up to members of Congress. They've got to do their work. I hope constituents will weigh in with members and encourage them to do the right thing.
Yeah, I want to ask about this Senate border bill. So House Republican leadership issuing a stern response to the bill, saying any consideration of this Senate bill in its current form is a waste of time. It is dead on arrival in the House. We encourage the U.S. Senate to reject it. Do you support this bill as is?
Well, not what I understand about it. It was just released the other night, working our way through it. But here's the problem. What was needed was a border security measure, not an immigration reform. We don't have an immigration reform, a problem that requires immigration reform. We have got a security problem, front and center, waving red flags at our southern border. That's what needs to be fixed. After that's fixed, should we have a discussion about immigration? Well, perhaps so. But let's stop the problem that needs to be fixed. That's why the American people are so wild about this. That's why numbers like you report of 22% favor what Joe Biden's approach to this is. That's why you see numbers like that. People are fed up with this. They can't understand why the Congress doesn't act. They can't understand why the president doesn't act.